you for
Thanks. So guys, I think I made available already module 3 on the Blackboard. Hopefully I did for the right section. You guys are CC, right? Yeah, so it should be available there, module 3 2020. Very easy to follow. This is the hardest module that you're gonna find. You will see why. Remember that on our plan, we drew 2 lines here. Last class, we drew a line here. What was this for? It's a railway. And here, I have another one. What is that? Rovin Boulevard. Let's call it BB. Okay? So I have these 2 roads over here. So when I draw my profile, it's going to be on this line. You guys agree? So I'll see it from the side. But I will need to represent this road, and I will need to represent this railway over here, going on that area too. Does that make sense? So I will see this from the side, but coming from the screen, I need to be able to see my railway, and I need to be able to see this. Did you guys learn about the minimum clearance distance for a railway? I'm pretty sure you did. Don't lie to me. Let me see. I taught last semester. No. For highway, Vicente. Vertical alignment. Minimum vertical clearance for railway. So you guys are doing this problem set over here, no? Vicente, or maybe you finished already, I'm not sure. But in here, this is what I was talking about, the sag curve, the sag table, the crest table. But here, you have this area over here, vertical clearance. Did you guys cover this with Vicente already? So see, that's the problem. You should wait for him to finish. However, I'm going to give you a sneak peek and then you learn the rest with him, okay? So when we're dealing with roads going under another road, you need to have a minimum clearance, so cars or trucks, whatever, can go below it, right? When we're talking about railway, the minimum vertical clearance over railways is 7.2 meters, which is a soft conversion from 23 feet 6 inches, which is 7.16, according to the Railway Safety Act, okay? Measured from the base of the rail. So I have the base of the rail over here, and the minimum 7.2 meters before my road goes. Does that make sense? So my road needs to be higher 7.2 meters. Santa will explain this to you in more detail, but here's where I'm getting this number from when I talk to you. I'm not creating out of nowhere. It's based on the handout that I believe he gave it to you. You guys have this, right? This is the material I used last semester. Okay, so let's go back to this semester. It's here. Okay, guys. So I open up cross drawing over here, and I see some triangles on this thing. Why do I see that? How do I eliminate these? Drafting options, right? So options, I go AAC editor, drafting under solution tips, apply OK, and they go away. What is this again? It's the super elevation profile, right? So we drew the super elevation there. Now I want to do this thing over here. So we're going to create a ground profile for Seneca Drive. What I want you to do first is look how many central alignments you have. Some people are going to have Seneca Drive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you do have a lot of Seneca drives, you're going to be a little bit in trouble because you need to understand what is your Seneca drive that you actually created. You might have created more than one because you're getting a mistake, but then later you didn't delete. So to be able to verify which one you have, I would first suggest selecting this. If you go into the properties, you will be able to see the name of your alignment, and I would delete all the other ones. So for example, this one is Seneca Drive, Carl only has 1, but if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see which one you have and you delete all the other ones. Don't delete Rovin Boulevard, just the Seneca Drive. Does that make sense or not? Because you might have more than one alignment in there. If you only have one, it's fine, you don't have to do anything. You just keep doing with your work, okay? So here we want to create a profile. Now,
Wait, should we delete the extra duplicate line? Is that
If you have duplicates one, yeah, but delete just the one that it's not the one that you're using. If you delete the one that you're using, then you're gonna be in trouble. Okay? So I'm gonna go profile. Check this out. Let me do full screen. So I need to go profile, create surface profile because we wanna base on the surface. I'm gonna be using alignment 1 reference to the EG surface. So check this out. If I go profile and I will create surface profile, I want a Seneca drive and I want to use EG surface. If by mistake you selected the wrong Seneca drive because you have many, you will not see the alignment numbers over here. So it will be a problem. Okay? Because I have that, I'm gonna say add. So I add it here, we are all good. Let's keep following the instructions. Now if I go to draw profile view, I want to set the specific bandwidth that I'm going to be using. What do I mean by that? Does anyone know? What's a bandwidth when we're talking about a profile? I can't find it. Huh? Let's see if this works. Yeah, okay, cool. Guys, let's try to understand what we're doing before we just follow this step. Okay, so we go through it. So when I'm talking about bandwidth over here, I'm saying that I'm trying to draw a profile. If you guys remember from CRX, we drew something like this. Do you guys remember? And we had to insert the points and everything. Now, because we're doing a Civil 3D, everything will be automatic. But we need to tell Civil 3D what is our bandwidth. Pretty much which elevation do I want to be on the bottom and which elevation do I want it to be on top. Does that make sense? How big my profile will be. And in this case over here, I'm asking to not use the automatic. I want you to use 217 to 236. When it goes automatic, it's just going to use the elevations that I have on plan. However, we need to take in consideration that 7.2 meters that we're going to be using after. So I'm giving you guys a little bit of a gap here, and I'm saying that I want 217 to 236, okay? And I want a split profile, a check split profile. So let's go drawing profile view. Here I don't have to change anything. Now user specify station range, I don't have to change anything. Now the height itself, I want to say 217. 217 to 236. And I don't want to split profile view. I'm going to say next. Let's see if we need to change something else. Here is the style of how I want it to show. So I'm going to say next. Here I want EGFG elevation stations if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Location bottom of profile view. I think that's going to be by default. Yeah, we're good. I'm going to say next. I'm going to say create profile view, and I'm going to click anywhere on this screen. And this is what I have. So you guys have created this with regular AutoCAD during CRX. Was it last semester or 2 semesters ago? Last semester? Not sure, right? The last and the previous one. Okay, so here you have 2 elevations, okay? You have the stations over here that go accordingly. And we have this. What do you think this line represents? Can you guys see it or no? If I turn off the lights, is it better?
Yeah.
So what do you think this line over here represents? The existing ground. Okay, so this is how the terrain looks like in this area over here. Do you guys understand how we did this? So automatically created a profile, something that it would take at least 2 weeks to do it before CRX. Okay, and we use profile from surface. Okay, we create a profile from the surface. So we pretty much completed this step over here. Now it's when things get a little bit complicated. We need to start designing our proposed profile. So we're going to tell AutoCAD how we want our vertical alignment to look like. Before we do that, I want to make sure that we understand where do this intersection, what is the other one? This one happens. So how can I know the station of where this happens? Let me see if you understand my question, or let me rephrase it. So let's say you have your alignment over here, You start at 20,000. You're going 21,000, 22,000, 23,000, right? The horizontal alignment. During this alignment, you have an intersection. I want to know at exactly which station this line over here crosses this alignment. Do you understand what I'm trying to do? Everyone? I want to find at which station this railway is crossing my line. How do I do that? We're going to use the inquiry tool. So if I go analyze, you see here inquiry tool? Under analyze, I'm going to click here. And in here, I'm going to say that I want to check an alignment, station and offset at a point. And which alignment do I want to check? Seneca Drive, which is this alignment. And I'm going to be able to click on this intersection over here, you see? And it will give me the station of where that happened. And I'm going to take note of this number here on the board. So this is the railway. And the station is for me, okay? You guys might change. 24, actually this is for Carl. 416.200. Let's use 3 decimal places in here. And then I'm gonna find again for the Bovine Boulevard. How do you think I do that? You guys don't have to copy this number, you have to copy your own number. Okay? I'm gonna get this one over here, 24 plus 768.43. You see that? Yeah? So I took notes of the number of the station of where this is happening. So I know that one is crossing at that road and the other one is crossing at the other road. What I want to do right now is I want to insert a point in here that will later help me draw these intersections in here. So how do I insert a point in AutoCAD?
Grade point. Grade point.
Yeah, what is the easy command that I can use to insert a point? Point. Right? So if you go here, point, I'm gonna click here. Now why I don't see the point?
It's small.
Hmm?
It's just a point.
Yeah, but how can I change how the point looks like? Let's see who paid attention. What is the command?
PR. PR.
No.
Property.
You guys don't remember? I think we saw it.
Yeah, just miss
Go to the settings. On display, you can have PD mode. You can change to 2, for example, or you can have PD size. You guys remember this? Yeah. You can have this point over here. You can add a point and add it. Oh, I added already. So PD mode. I'll change it to 2, and I can see. I think I put it in the wrong location. Oh, wrong location. Now guys, this is one method of doing it. Now I know that this point is here, and I know that this intersection over here should be 24,416.200, right? So I could easily come here, draw a line at 2400, pay attention, don't do this yet, because I'll teach you a different way, a easier way. But see if you understand this. If I offset this line over here by 416.2, this line over here would follow exactly of where the intersection is going to be. Do you guys agree with me? So here my railway is going to be. Now another way that I can do is to tell AutoCAD to draw the point. Now because we added the point like this, I don't think it's going to work. We need to do it differently. Okay? If I go here, here, so that's one way of doing it. But because we did with that type of point, let's see if we can do it. Home. Very hard to see. Profile view. I don't see that. Because you probably need to add the other point. So let's add the other type of point. Okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete this one for now. Do you understand how we would do this way over here? I don't want you to do that way though. I want us to insert a point with a description. So before we went to creation tools, we went point creation tool. I'm gonna say manual. Okay, I wanna enter a point manual. And I wanna specify where that point is. That point is gonna be here at this intersection. The point description, this one is gonna be rail. Right? The point elevation is gonna be 0. I don't want it to have an elevation. And the location, specify a location for the new point, and the other point that I'm gonna do is in this location over here. Cool. And that one I'm gonna call, is this it? Yeah, this one I'm gonna call Bovine Boulevard, which is that point, the elevation is 0 as well. So enter the point description, point for the elevation, escape. In the prospector, click points, select edit points, so I'm gonna go here, points, existing points. I'm gonna go to edit points, and on the end, it's asking us to change the layer of those points. So let's see, oh, not existing ground, we have to look for all points, sorry. I'm gonna go edit points. If I go here, I'll see these points over here, railway and Bovine, 0 elevation, that's fine. Now I need to change how the points are gonna look like. So in the panorama, I wanted to select the C road center. So I'm gonna say C road center for the layer, C road center. I'm gonna select C road center. And I'm gonna also select the standard and standard. So I can actually see the points that I'm referring to. You see that the point is here now? You can see the points. So we can see the points here. Now I'm gonna go in Home tab again. Okay, I can finish this. So I have 2 points that are located here. I can go in the Home tab in the Profile and Section view. I can say Profile View, and then I can say Project Objects to Profile. So under Home, Profile and Section. Let's go there. Under Home. Project Objects to Profile View. Do you see this here? So I'm going to be able to take my features from my horizontal alignment and bring to my vertical alignment. So what are the objects that I want to do? This one and this one over here. I'm going to say enter. Select a profile view. What is the profile that I want to project this to? I want to project it to this alignment, and this is what is going to show up. Let's see if it asks us to change any of the information shown there. In the dialog box, that opens, set the elevation options to your EG surface. So elevation option, I want EG. Elevation option, I want my EG. Does that make sense? So I selected EG for that, and I'm gonna say okay. Once I do this, look what's gonna happen. The points that went there came here perfectly aligned with the information. So instead of drawing a line and dropping it here, you can just insert a point at this location, and you can use project objects to profile view, and it will project exactly on the stations that it should be at. Does that make sense? So you have this line over here. You can even edit this label if you want to, edit label text, and you can write whatever you need to write. And I think I provided information of how I want you to write that. I want you to write center line for Bovine Boulevard. Now, how do you think you do the center line over here? The CL. First thing that I'll do here, I'll make sure that they match. So I'll go with both of them until the end to keep consistency. I'll go perpendicular. So in this one over here, I want to edit the text, add a label text, and I want this to be text. So source station elevation, source station elevation. Actually, I want to delete all of this. So it'll go blank. And let's see if I write something here. It'll appear here. Yeah. So I want to go here. Edit label text, and I want to write center line of Bovine Boulevard. Center line Bovine BLVD. Bovine. Now pay attention to this. If you write this, CL is going to be like this. I want my CL to look like this one over here. There is a little code over here, guys, of how to do it. Okay? This is the symbol number. Pay attention here. If I start a text, if I go, where's text over here? TXT, add text. Where? Text. If I insert a text over here and I type that symbol there, look what comes. If I type that code, so what I did, I Control C this code over here and I paste it there. Do you guys remember this %% C? It will become this, %% D, it will become that. So it's pretty much the same thing for this, but this one I don't know on top of my head. But it's backwards /U plus 2104. If you type this as a text, this will become that code that we just did in there. Now let me see one thing. Let's see if it works in here. I'm not too sure. Go here, Control V. It does. CL Boulevard. And I think here you need to write what? On the other one, Bovine Boulevard. Probably the other one you write railway. So in this one over here, I'm gonna say edit label text, and I'm gonna go this railway, and you can say center line as well. So I'm gonna copy again the text for that, and I'm gonna paste it here. Make sense? Center line railway. So now I have the choose center line location based on the projection that I did on the profile. Does that make sense to you? So I know that at this location over here, I'm gonna have my railway, and at this location over here, I'm gonna have the intersection of my Bovine Boulevard. Is that clear? Yeah? Did everyone understand what's going on here? Is anyone lost? This label over here, once you export this point to there, it comes automatically. Once you project objects into there. Did you project, or you just put a point in there? And, huh? Did you add the when you did the point style? No, the point, when you added the point, did you put a description?
The label style you said
You have to like what?
when the window pops up, project objects profile. The label style that
I asked you to put 9. So if you put 9, you have to draw this line on your own. Now if you leave it in there, you just add it the way I did here, and you don't really have to do that. Yes. So you probably did 9 too. What doesn't come up? The label or the point? Yes, it's probably because you put 9. There's nothing wrong with that. Just draw a line from the center here, node, up, and then you write a text. Okay? It wouldn't be bad. But the label is automatically, so it should be there. And this is here. What else? Create a manual point, design railway crossing, point editor. Okay, we've done that. So just repeating the process with the other point, but I did for both of them together. You see here? So this is just a reference for doing both points, but I did them together. Establish the clearance zone for the railway. So remember that we said that the railway must have a clearance of minimum 7.2 meters. So we're gonna have to start doing that. Draw a vertical line from your point on the profile to several meters above the EG. Let me see. Here. So it says that the base of the railway is 219. Okay, so the base of the railway is 219. Let me see. 219.89. Okay, this is what the instruction is saying. So I need to draw a line at 219.89. I'm gonna draw a line over here. Pay attention, guys. At 218. If I need 219.89, how much do I need to offset this up? I'm 218. I need 19.89.
1 point.
Guys, offset by how much? I'm at 218. I need 219.89.
1.8.
Thank you. Offset 1.89. I'm gonna offset this up. This over here is the base of your rail. Okay? Now if I draw a line over here from the node down, at this intersection over here is the base of my railway. Okay? And this is the center of it. It also says that the offset the line you just drew, 2.5 meters to either side. So this one over here, offset 2.5 to one side and 2.5 to the other side. Okay, so I have this location over here. And then it asks me to do, at your railway point, also draw a 12-meter horizontal line between your two vertical lines. Calculate your minimum allowable elevation of the railway, which is 7.2, but you need to add 1.2 meters because you need to add 1.2 meters because 1.5 meters because of the clearance of the bridge. So it's 7.2 plus 1.5. Okay, so let me just check one thing here. I think I did something wrong. It's 1.89. This is 20. Okay, so check this out. Look at the mistake that was there. 218 to 220. I have a vertical elevation over here of 20 meters. So what does this mean? So from 218, if I measure into 220, I have 20 meters measured there. What does this mean? It means that I have a vertical scale over 10, right? So every one is 10. Remember that I asked you that I need 219.87 or no 219.89 and I offset it by 1.89. What's wrong here? It should be 18.9, right? So I need to multiply this by 10. So let me delete this. Let me draw again. So pay attention that your line needs to be exaggerated 18.9. Where's that? Yeah. So if I measure from here to here, it'll be 18.9. So this point over here is 219.9. Does that make sense? This is the bottom of your rail. So it should finish actually here and not there. Now the minimum clearance is 7.2, but I need also a 1.5 gap. So how much is that going to be? 7.2 plus 1.5? 8.7. Offset, I want to offset 8.7, but because I have this vertical exaggeration, how much do I need to offset by? 87. I'm going to offset this by there, so this is going to be the bottom of it. And I think I need also another, remember the vertical clearance is too high, 0.2. And the minimum allowable elevation for the bridge itself would be 0.2. So I need to offset 0.2 over here, but 0.2 is going to be what? 2. I will explain to you again what's happening. I'm just going to extend these two lines, these three lines there, and I'm going to trim this location. I'm going to trim based on these two lines. I'm going to trim this and this. Okay? So this is what's happening, guys. Let's try to understand the theory of this. This is the base of your railroad. So here your train is gonna drive. Okay? Drive. I don't know if that's the word. It's gonna train is gonna ride in there. I don't know. So the minimum vertical clearance that we need is 7.2 meters, but it's telling us that it's gonna have a 1.5 meters of concrete that we need to take in consideration. So we did 7.2 plus 1.5. Now when the road is going by this, I want to have only 0.2 meters, check this out, to ensure that the bridge is not too high, right, and thus excessively long and expensive, a maximum allowable elevation for the road center line is set at 0.2 meters above this minimum. The linear railway center line is a horizontal line. So when I draw my profile here, my new profile of the new road, I want that profile to be inside of this rectangle over here, because I'm keeping the criteria of only having 0.2 meters difference from the minimum. Because this is the minimum. In theory, my road could go here, but I don't want to make it too expensive, so I created a minimum that sets 0.2 meters away from the minimum, which is this rectangle over here. So when I'm drawing my profile, my line has to go through this line over here. Does that make sense? Yeah? And I'll give you guys time to do this now, and I'll stop here because we have to wait. Sounds good? So I just want you to draw. The vertical clearance for the bridge and do the point. So you need to do your profile, do this, and it should be good to go. Next class we can finish the entire profile itself.